It's nothing sweeter, is there, than a pure iron shot down your target. You've caught me on a grind session this Tour Truck Tuesday. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of coming to a place like this and the importance of getting fitted. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. I post once a week every Tour Truck Tuesday, and I bring to you information about equipment that we make here at TaylorMade, but also how you can learn from the tour, how you can learn from what the best players in the game are doing and get a better understanding going into your fitting. This week, as mentioned, we're going to talk about lie angles and the importance of that part of these golf clubs. 3/6 irons, all P7 MCs, all at the same loft. However, I have adjusted the lie angle. I've got one with an X1, one with a PX 6.5. My view on golf shafts, you're going to get used to the feel, especially when it comes to irons. Yes, they can all impact it, but it's a feel thing, how that golf club moves through the positions, how you as a player adjust to it, and how you then interact with the turf. But the head and the loft is what hits the ball. Therefore, it's the most crucial, it's the most important. So let's get into that subject of lie angles and what it means. You're going to want, when you strike the golf ball, for the ball to come through and strike the turf slightly towards the heel. It's going to give you divot patterns that look much like that, where the toe and the heel are going as deep into the turf, equidepth. Toe goes in as deep as the heel. Why do you want it slightly in the heel then if you're going to come to getting your lie angles when you test on a lie board? For the simple fact that we have centrifugal force. So as the golf shaft moves through the positions and you come down and you put pressure on that golf club into the turf, it's going to bow this way, which is going to cause the toe to droop down. Now, when it comes to amateur golfers and some of our higher handicappers out there, you might not use the P7 MC, but hopefully we've still got you tuned in here because you can manipulate these lie angles to benefit you, the golfer. Most high handicap golfers hit out to the right, they'll hit a slice, they might come over the top of the golf ball. What does that mean? Well, as the club comes down through halfway down, they're out here because their body isn't rotating. Therefore, the club comes in steep. Notice how the club will always want to fall back into this position. That's where it's most comfortable, the mass vertically down. So as we move the golf club through our swing plane, it's going to want to get vertical, which is why quite often the toe can catch and therefore you get weak strikes towards the toe or the toe going in first. So if you're someone who misses right, or you're a beginner golfer and you tend to come this way, well, you'd want to consider what I have here, which is a 62-degree lie angle. So I've made the lie angle between the relationship of the middle of the sole and the golf shaft has gone a hair more upright. And you can actually measure that the old school way. I've done it on the Loft and Lies machine there, which I'll show you. But if you look at it the old school way and you put the two leading edges next to one another, and you check that they're exactly perfect, so you get them exactly spot on like that. Then you look at your grips and you can see that that one there is sitting a little bit higher, and half a grip higher is going to be around about 1 degree. So what does that give you as the golfer? Well, when you look down, it gives you a different look straight away, and it might be an uncomfortable look to you. Now I've got the golf club 1 degree, the toe of the golf club, this is the toe, this is the heel, 1 degree closer to my nose is the simplest way to put that. But what does it actually mean? It means when I come through, the heel is going to dig. So remember, high handicap golfers might go this way because the CG pulls the club that way. They come over the top. That's why blade goes weak, ball goes right. But if the heel snags first, it'll pull that ball back online. However, if you can deliver the golf club efficiently, which hopefully I can do for this demonstration, and you've got a club that's playing a little bit too upright, it should start a little bit left, look, and hold on the left side of the flag. It's always difficult to fade these clubs if they're too upright for you, and it's always difficult to start them online. Now again, There's a little draw. I said at the top, iron shafts, the impact they have on the golf club, you have to adjust to them over time. If you're only talking 1 degree difference, it's over time that you're going to see it. Yeah, it doesn't look appealing to my eye, but as we get into the one that's a 60-degree lie angle, that does look appealing to me, but I can't handle it, and we'll have a look at it in a minute. But now you have to review it. You have to be your own best friend, and I talk about that all the time in these lessons. You have to be honest with yourself when you go for your fitting. You have to be your best fitter in addition to the person fitting you. And I can tell you now that having worked in this for a long time, it will take me a long time stood here to get a golf shot that starts right. I mean, I can't do it. There's 3, 1 started left, 1 drew, 1 started and ended left. And I know that that's going to be my pattern. I know where that's me and I'm going to sit there. Years of playing golf. So now here's the 60-degree lie angle in relation to the 62. Again, put the soles together and you're going to see I've got a full grip difference. 2 degrees now. 2 degree difference. When you put this down, this really does to my eye, and I've been there before with this. It looks awesome. I mean, this to me is how a golf club should look. This is how the likes of Mr. Hogan would have played his golf clubs, because he was trying to take the left side of the golf course out. So he played very flat, it's called, that's the term. Because this angle between middle of sole and shaft is flatter. This toe is further away from my nose. So now when I take into consideration centrifugal force and the droop, the toe is going to catch first. But when you look at it as a golfer, man, it looks great. You can get your hands nice and low, but you're going to struggle to draw this one. And there's a great example. Little cut. I mean, lovely flight, lovely golf shot, just never going to be where I want it to be. And again, I've built this portfolio of information, this knowledge, through trying lots of different golf clubs, through trying to get irons that are flat, that I like the look of, because I don't like the left miss. As you then grade your irons through the set, you'll go 6 iron, the 7 will then be a hair more upright, the 8 will be more upright, because the shafts are going shorter, so the lie angle has to change, because your relationship stood to that golf ball is going to change as the shaft goes shorter. So your 3 iron, if you play one, or your 4 iron, will be your flattest lie angle when it comes to that relationship, that angle there. But that's all designed by, because you're playing longer in a 4 iron than you are in an 8 iron. Now there are players out there that wouldn't always move that 1 degree through the set. They wouldn't go from a 61 as the pivot point in the set, which is the 6 iron, and then 60 on the 5, and then 59 on the 4, because there might be a player who misses their long irons right, therefore they play their long irons a bit more upright. Or vice versa, their wedges, they want to feel their hands low and exiting left, so they play their wedges a bit flatter. But it's something you should play around with, it's something you should understand, it's something you should know that you can change. You should always be looking at your divots, always ensuring that they are a consistent depth from toe to heel, and always take into evaluation when you hit one, and this is back to the gamer, can I get it through the turf at a pace I want to move it through? I mean, that's a nice shot. Divot depth is good. And I will always try and go off the turf if I can, opposed to going off mats. I'll always try and review every golf shot. Be honest with yourself. And always look at the sole and see where the turf is striking it, and see where your interaction with that turf is. Try not to make too many changes. These are just 1 degree increments in lie angle. Again, every loft on this is the same, which I think was that 30 and a half, which is close to that 31 standard loft on the blade. But we can talk about the impacts of that in another video. But all the while, and obviously you hit one like that, it's a bit clean, you can't get the feedback from it. All the while you're just looking, every golf shot, go through it, stay connected to the target, and get some start lines that you're happy with. Really important part of the game. Not everyone is going to take stock off the shelf golf clubs. I think I'm still there, like a 1/4 inch shorter than standard, and then I play my lie angles a little bit at standard. You'd think someone like me, at my height, 5'7", would go a bit shorter the way I swing it, but because I play the shaft shorter, I don't need to do that. That's another call out. If you play longer, dynamically that lie angle is going to change. So check the two of them together. If you're moving length in a variable, check your lie angles in a variable. Any questions, any comments, fire them below. Happy to answer whatever you might have. I know this is a bit of a minefield, but it's a really important one for your golf game, that you get set up right in that 6-iron and then you pivot the set off that. Until next Tour Truck Tuesday, that's all I got for you this week. You're going to leave me now to continue with this grind session and put some nice shots out there by that stick.